guys, welcome back to my channel. We are in the middle of converting our van. If you didn't watch the last video, I'll link it below, but basically our van broke down, so now we're parked up while the start of it gets fixed. The motor's getting taken out and we are starting to continue to work on the back of it. We went out to breakfast this morning, so that's why I dressed not really appropriate, but anyway, so let's just get back into the video and see where we're at. We're good?
Looks like we are.
It is itchy, hey? I could probably put some more here.
Yep.
The wall is up. Look at that beautiful wall. I will show you quickly. She is up. I've just got to paint over the screws and the little bits and I'm gonna just clean up in there somehow. Not too sure yet, but look at that beautiful wall. And I'm not showing you very well right here, but we tested it before. Our little shoe rack's good. And then there's a notch in here because of the handle when we open the door. And then we're sharing the ladder. We have just put up the solar panels. We haven't cleaned the roof good enough, but anyways. Putting up the solar panels, we're just marking at the moment where to put the brackets onto the solar panels and also where it sits on the roof as well. Then we'll take them all off the roof, put the brackets onto the panels, then bring the panels back up and then screw the brackets to the roof. It's happening. These brackets are awesome, hey? They were worth it.
Renergy brackets.
Here we go.
A little bit of advertisement.
They are worth it. We found it on someone else's vlog and yeah, so much better than the ones that Bob's put all the solar panels on. However, for some reason the bolts that came with it are really long, and the screws that came with it are really long with the solar panels. They go through and they're not like holding on to anything. There's no grip. We didn't know. We tried to get like bolts for them, but they supposedly don't have bolts for them. So we just went and bought new, sorry, not bolts, I mean nuts. So we just went and bought new nuts and bolts, and we're going to try this instead. Screws originally, these are the screws that originally came with the solar panels. They go into it, but we've just gone and bought actual little bolt nuts and then bought bolts and trying to see if this is going to work better. So we're just taking them all out right now. This is the scary bit with the wires and a bolt up there, but all the wires running under here. Oh, it's up here, but all the wires, it's all hooked up underneath, running to here. And now Bob has to use this and create a hole here, and then this is like the waterproof thing. It will go there, and then the wires go in through here. Yeah, you know this?
I don't like this part. So this is like small holes, easily filled up, but these bigger ones are fucked.
It's okay, you've got this. Okay.
So that's, oh actually I could use to see that if that's right.
Just gonna check it's in a good spot.
That should be right.
You've got this. It's easy.
Yeah, it's still. This is a big one.
It's all good. You did it. That's inside our van.
you get a little on the other side.
Sand.
It's not something. It's just the blue nappies or whatever.
Bob. So we just sanded that so it's a bit smooth. And now we're gonna electrical tape the edges, just the edges there. Oh my god. So we're gonna electrical tape the edges just so that if the cords hit it, it's not sharp or anything. Oh, we made it way too big.
That's right.
Oh well. So you won't be able to, it's on the roof, so actually it doesn't make the roof look pretty, so well, any drone,
You won't be on the roof, so.
I was gonna say any drone shots we do, you'll see this, but that's okay.
Yellow.
It's okay. Anyway, so we just did the masking, the electrical tape around there so that we've seen this online and we've just like copied the person, but it's a good idea. It's so that if the wires hit like the edge of there, that there wouldn't be exposed wire and like metal, and then it would like break, you know, could cut into the wires sort of thing. So we did electrical tape, obviously a little bit too big. We should have done that a bit smaller and made it cleaner, but anyways. And then we screwed, or Bob screwed this on, and then he's already screwed 2 holes through here for the wires. And then he will put this on here, line it up, screw these in, and then put the wires through, and then it's very waterproof. And then obviously then also silicone around that, but like that's very waterproof one. Okay, sorry for the bad light, it's quite dark now, but we're trying to get this thing on. But just a little heads up, because we made a little mistake just then. So before you screw this down, this needs to go on first, and then this, can you just put that in the light for a second? And then the black waterproofing thing that you screw the holes in, rubber, you put that on, and then you screw it all down. And it's very, very tight, but it's going to be waterproof. So anyways, we're going to get back to that, and I'll show you tomorrow when it's daylight what it looks like. So basically, if you are struggling to get this thing on and like secure, it might be that middle black bit of rubber that the wires actually go through is just not like compressed down enough. So yeah, you try and pull it through on the inside, but I wasn't trying to pull the cords through. So it was like, I was like tugging at it, but not trying to like pull them through, if that makes sense. So what we're going to do is just go around and clean like around this bit, and then silicone it all, and then our solar panels are on. And what, did we do this in series or in parallel?
Parallel.
So ours are in parallel, yep, not series. I honestly don't know all about it. You're going to have to go to someone else's channel, and I think Bob knows like minimal about it. Like,
I know why we had to do it in parallel. So
why do we have to do it in parallel?
So the converter that we had is only a 12 volt converter, another 24 volt. If you put panels in series, it creates 24 volts.
Does it?
Well, it depends on how much you have. But in this case, for us, it would only create 12 volts, which is what we need.
See, this literally speaking another language to me. I have no idea what they're talking about. But anyway, I just know that ours is in parallel. They're 160 watt panels.
Yep.
So 320 watts is what we have all up. I don't know much more than that, really. Can't tell you. Anyways, but I know that this little bugger has taken us ages to get in, and it's officially in, so I am happy about that. Now these are a little bit off to the right hand side. Now we have done that because we wanted it flush, and we've got like ridges in the top, so if we did that, it meant that it was just like flat and we didn't have to like mess around with stuff under the brackets. So we're on to the last one. We're just cleaning off, I don't know who I'm making this for, like who cares that I'm cleaning the bracket. Anyways, this is just in case you were doing it. Cleaning around here so the silicone doesn't just like stick to all the dirt. Tough to figure it out. So silicone on the screws, and then on the edge, and then I'm sure there's probably a better way to do this, but then Bob just rubs it all over it.
Rub them nuts.
Go, so it is all siliconed up. We actually, other than putting the awning on, the roof is complete. It is like Saturday afternoon, and we went shopping this morning. We really want to get up to wiring and doing the electrical stuff at the van. Yeah, so we are up to like the wiring in the van. So we went out to RTM in Bundy today and did a big shop. We would have been able to save money if we went into like ordered it all line and stuff, but honestly we needed the expertise that the people at the shop provided, and I think it's not right to go and get all the advice and then just go online. Like that like fucks around the economy sort of thing. So I'm happy to just pay the little bit extra price, but I'll show you what we got today. I want to quickly add in here, so far away from being an expert on this situation. This is not the video to watch as like the go-to video of how to do this. This is just like what we're doing. We're trying to wing it. If we make mistakes, we'll tell you, so then you can try and learn off them. But like it was a lot to take in, but anyway, I'll show you what we did. So remembering we have two 160 watt panels on the roof, and we've had the waterproof little thing, and then the positive and negative wires coming in, and they are parallel, not in series, the solar panels. So today we decided we got a 1500 watt inverter, and it's pure sine wave inverter. So this is important. It means that we can, like, they call it like clean power, clean electricity. So it means we can put onto like our laptops and everything, and it's not gonna kind of like fuck with it. And if we didn't get pure sine wave, then that changes it. Now this, because it's pure sine wave, also changes the price, so that's something to be considerate about. It's good because it's got the PowerPoint straight in it, so what we'll do, we'll run a power board off that, and then so like our laptops, our phones and everything will get straight away like they will run off that, which is awesome. It means we don't have like fuses and etc and wiring for it. Which we got AGM batteries, that's correct, yeah, gel batteries. They're 100 amps per hour, he said.
100 amp hours.
Amp hours. So it means we have 200 amp hours, if that makes sense. We're going to run these in parallel as well. Maybe when we're doing it, I'll go through it a bit more. Alrighty, so we ended up returning the thing that I'm pointing to now and the next thing I'm going to show you, because they were already built into our inverter, so we didn't need it, but I'll still show you what they do because maybe your inverter won't have it. But yeah, we ended up returning them. Power's coming in. This will tell us how much power is going out. So then we can see, like, you know, if we're near the end, if we're like getting lots more, whatever. Circuit fuse block. This is basically, I don't think everyone does this, but it's good because it just gives like a in between. So the fuse will blow and not the wire. So then it possibly will like basically bugger the fuse and not our fridge or laptop or whatever. Is that? Yes.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, it buggers this. It'll blow the wire. It'll blow the fuse. It won't blow the wire. Yeah, that's what the guy said. Anyway, we are going to attempt to have these two little. I would love this. I think this will look cool on our wall. Little like real things. It sounds. Basically, we just got these two for the lights. They're the only thing that we need to have on a power. We're gonna have a little fan in that corner, but it will be wired directly into the wires, and the fan itself has an on and off button. So this is, yeah, we only needed those. These are all of the things. We had heaps of these because we don't think we're going to solder it. We ended up having to replace these ones as well because they were shitty quality, so just make sure you get a good quality. So these basically go onto here, like the negatives are the black, the reds are the positive, and then you like crimp them with onto the wires, and then you have these heat shrinks. Can you grab a heat shrink? And then you put the heat shrinks like over the two exposed wires, like cut a piece, go over it, melt, like use a lighter, the guy said, and it will like shrink around it. He said you can just do that. I'm sure there's like possibly better ways, but we can do that. And then we have ultra thin LED roof lights. So there'll be one up there in the middle where that area is like the bedroom area. There'll be just one there. These are bright as, guys. Like, I've looked at so many vans and people have like 4 or 5 LED lights in a tiny van. I don't know, maybe we'll need more, but I don't think we will. And then, so there'll be a wall kind of here, and then there'll be one in the kitchen area as well. And then we also bought some LED strip light that we're going to try and run down the sides as well. And I think that's it. That's all our shopping today. So with all of this, the batteries, they're like 300 a pop. This was like 800, 200, like it added up. So all up, this cost about like an astonishing 1,700. So that was a hit, but we've got it. We've got power, and that's not including the solar panels, remember. So whatever, it's our biggest expense. Whatever, it's done. It's exciting. We'll have power. We'll be able to lie in our beds and charge our drone batteries. And the car is kind of working. It's been turned on, but it's not like running properly yet. But it's getting there, which is exciting. They still need to put the radiator in, but not yet. Anyways, I will talk to you and update you on the motor another day, because when it's actually running, and I'll tell you what we had to do, etc. It is the next day. What we've decided to do is we've put one wire through. I'll show you. So we've put one wire, like, lead through. It's the one for the fan. So it's going to go all the way along up there, and then it comes out there. And then what I was saying was basically, because all the time you like are doing something and then you're like, shit, I need to do this first, or oh crap, I need to do that first, or whatever. We realized yesterday that because we were going to do all the wiring, but then we realized we need to, the inverter and everything needs to sit on something, and we want it to sit up in we're going to have a wall here, and it's going to have a cupboard. We want it to all sit in the top of that cupboard. It'll be accessible through both ends of the van and stuff. Anyway, that's what we've decided to do. But to do that, to put this wall up, we need the middle, like internal wall, we have to have the side walls and the roof done. So we've just realized that we need to do that. So what we've done, I'll show you. So what we've done is got this is 7.5, I don't know, wire or something. I don't know if it's mils or what or whatever, but wire. Anyway, that's going to be for the fan, and it comes out the end. Bob just taped this up so that it didn't like cut, because it's metal, like just in case, so it didn't cut the wires. And then we will trim this off, but these are just little clips just to make it like neat and tidy. So that's going to go there, and then we're also going to do the wires for the 2 lights. Plan is that we've done all the framing. I'm going to put a little bit more insulation in there, and then the plan is to put the wall up here, and then the next wall will go over on this side, and then it will be the roof, which is exciting. And then once the roof's done, we can do that internal wall. Once the internal wall's done, then we can put the inverter and everything in there. So it was just messing around and trying to work out what was the next step. But before we put the walls on and stuff, we obviously have to do that wiring. So it was kind of like, do a bit of the wiring, come back, finish it later. But yeah, anyways, so that is where we're at today. If you can see, I have measured out where like the windows are and stuff. So this will be our wall. So the plan now is to cut out that, and then hopefully we can put the wall in there. I don't know if I think we might paint it in there this time. We'll just see. But anyways, I'm going to attempt to cut that out right now. all up. I ended up I tried to do like the frame fully around so there weren't seams, but I was just like a little bit off and chucked a little tantrum, and then decided that we should just cut the bottom fit, so we just cut the top bits off and redo the top bits in separate sections. It's easier, and yeah, it's fine. It won't look perfect, but steaming and literally bubbling and overheating. So let's hope she works. It's moving. Let's hope it doesn't foil. Could you imagine if he just fucking reversed out and hit this? I don't have it on video. That would be like the funniest home videos.
There's nothing leaking.
It's
that'll be
so yellow.
That'll be you and Bob driving off to get the sun.
Hopefully.
It will.